Welcome to JWL Sports, where we review all the best sports clips from around the country. Now, you're probably wondering, why should I watch over here instead of over there? Because over there, they don't care about what you have to say. They talk about this all the time. They talk down to us. They think we're just a bunch of, clowns on YouTube, Twitter. They don't even read the comments. But I do. I read every single comment. So if you think what I'm saying is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, let me know in the comments below. If you think what I'm saying is the most amazing thing, then definitely please let me know. Either way, let's get into some discussions, let's get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and it's turning into something truly, truly special. And I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. So without further ado, let's get to it. We're watching a clip of First Things First, talking about whether or not Josh Allen is to blame for this game. Obviously, with today, I've been talking a lot about Josh Allen. I think it's 1,000% undeniably, no question, not his fault. Not even close. You can't even give him a smidge of blame for why the Bills lost this game. Before you jump and say, what about that one missed throw? He had a missed throw. I got news for you. Every single quarterback misses a throw. Patrick Mahomes missed a wide open Travis Kelce in the end zone, where even Romo was scratching his head like, I don't really know how that just happened. So enough of that. People love to just keep pointing that out. He made unbelievable throws that the Bills just dropped. It's his fault that the Bills defense is decimated and injured and can't play right now. That's his fault? Is it his fault that the field goal kicker missed a field goal? So he gets no blame. He had to lead the team in rushing touchdowns. He did everything. 2 rushing touchdowns, a throwing touchdown. He had to throw the ball 39 times. Patrick Mahomes only threw the ball 23 times. That is a massive difference. They asked Josh Allen to do everything. They asked him to do everything. They asked him to do so much, and you can only do so much. They not only want him to be Batman, they want him to be the entire Justice League and the Avengers. It's just not possible.
Lots of screens. Had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 throwing. Also took some shots at the end zone at the end of the game that missed. Here he is after the game.
Sucks. Losing sucks. Losing to them, losing anybody at home sucks. Every season, if you don't win, it's a failed season. That's the nature of the business. There's one happy team at the end of the season, really. And when it's not you, and you're so close, it sucks.
All right, Brew, are you putting this loss on Josh Allen?
Wiles, what was I the first to say about Mahomes?
Okay. That he was Jordan-esque, you said on Sports.
Jordan-esque.
Yes.
Do you blame Patrick Ewing for losing to Michael Jordan?
No. I mean,
Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. Do you blame them? You just say, man, they were in his era.
Sure.
And you don't blame them. Josh Allen balled out yesterday. Now, made a couple mistakes. The looking, like I said, throwing it to Shakir, and he didn't ball out.
He did for the first 3 quarters.
He played all right.
I thought he played
for the first 3 quarters.
He ran for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Can we see this one, Dusty?
The pass
to
Shakir
Shakir
was great play.
was incredible.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
It was amazing.
First of all, look at finding time, making extra time, and that pass is
Guys,
incredible.
that's an unbelievable throw.
He threw for 186 yards.
We take this for granted. He threw for 186 yards because he threw multiple 60-yard bombs that were dropped. Just add one of those, and he throws way more yards than Patrick Mahomes. So enough. That's why you can't just look at the stats like this. Just catch one of those drop passes, and he has more yards than Patrick Mahomes, both rushing and passing. So enough of this nonsense. Enough of it. It's just BS.
It's not like.
Hey, what do I always say about Josh? Be clean. He was clean.
So that's the problem.
He was clean.
That's a low bar,
they went,
bro.
hold on. No, they went. He had 3 touchdowns. They went downfield. Mm-hmm. We just saw Trent Sherfield. Now it was a tough catch. Drop one in the breadbasket. We saw Stephon Diggs, one of the best receivers in the world, drop one.
So
and he underthrew Shakir.
So all right,
Shakir.
listen,
So I'm just saying, the defense was the problem.
Okay.
They couldn't stop them.
all right,
Hold on, Nick.
Yeah.
The Chiefs had one punt.
Yeah.
The Chiefs scored on their first 5 possessions.
Yeah.
Now, I'm
Right.
not saying Josh Allen was.
And what does that have to do with Josh Allen? Right? How can you possibly blame Josh Allen? And what the heck is Nick Wright possibly going to say here? I mean, it's like, this has been actually a really frustrating day, mainly listening to all these people slander Josh Allen, and it just makes no sense, okay? And to me, this is the perfect example, okay? And I'm going to say before, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to let Nick Wright just spew his nonsense, and then I'm going to give you the perfect example.
Perfect. But I'm saying if you say what cost them the game, I'm going to say the fact that the defense couldn't stop them at all.
Yeah, that's
their offense had the ball for 37 minutes.
Yeah, so
the
should
Bills
score more than 24 points, especially at the end, get a touchdown to win the game. Like, listen, first, I want to be fair to Buffalo. I know it's a really tough day.
Do you really?
It's wide right again.
Do you really?
No, I do, and they deserve credit. You know, I think each playoff victory matters something. Dusty dropped the banner because these don't come by lightly. I mean, listen, back-to-back bronze medalists in the AFC. Back-to-back, pardon me. That's 3 straight. Now, 2 losses in a row at home
they
against 2 of your
definitely
chief
bronze?
rivals. I mean, I would
You're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I'll give them. I mean, I guess it could be Houston. We'll give them the bronze
give it
this
to
year.
Houston.
So here's the thing. Let's roll through this because Brew did something that he accuses me of doing sometimes, which is you've lowered the bar so much. This is a guy who was being discussed as league MVP until the final week of the year. This is a guy who was discussed, who was openly discussed as the second best quarterback in football. And it's a guy who in the fourth quarter couldn't come through. And we can show you the numbers. They're undeniable, Brew.
It was his fault for missing the field goal.
No.
That was his fault.
No, it's
I'm not saying it was perfect. Really? How?
Because you were thinking a 44-yard field goal in the cold.
Yeah.
wind.
I mean,
It's a
no,
gimme.
you weren't thinking it was a gimme, but it was like, okay, this
Brew,
is what we got you.
Brew,
Can you make it 44?
Brew, you have glossed over, by the way, entirely 4 plays before the missed field goal, the fumble, right? They just got lucky that they recovered. So here's the problem. The Bills coaching staff was afraid of Josh Allen, which made him not scared. They were scared of Josh, so that made him not scary. Show the next-gen stats passing chart and the data on it.
Yeah.
So listen, 16 passes behind the line of scrimmage, which is the most in the next-gen era by any quarterback. 16 completions. 2 completions past the sticks the entire game. The Bills coached like, oh my gosh, we can't let Josh make the big mistake. He still tried to at the end despite it. Mm-hmm. And because of that, all of a sudden, they had an offense like the Derrick Henry Titans.
But it was effective, Nick.
But it wasn't.
Really?
Yes.
They lost by 3. You're acting like they got blasted.
No,
the same Josh when Josh Allen was throwing it all over the field. They lost too.
Yeah.
So in fact, they lost by more points.
Yes, exactly.
So
right.
they couldn't beat them either way, but this worked.
Well, okay.
They had the ball for 37 minutes to the Chiefs 23.
They
lost. They lost the game, but to act like that run game wasn't effective?
Yeah, what I'm saying is they were the favorite against a wounded, vulnerable Chiefs team that smart people included.
Wounded. Unbelievable. And Brew's about to go interject this, and rightfully so. Wounded. The Bills were wounded. The Bills' entire defense was decimated. What are you talking? Like, Nick Wright is so delusional. He is so delusional. I've had to say this now probably 100 times. I'm going to say it one more time just in this next second. He is so delusional. It makes no sense. Like, what is he? And first off, he just said that they were being underestimated before, that the Chiefs were, right? And that they shouldn't have been underdogs. But if they're wounded and vulnerable, then he should have admitted that they were then underdogs. So again, he keeps twisting these narratives. He's so contradictory and not making he makes just no sense when it comes to the Chiefs. He makes sense in other circumstances when he's not trying to just give like hot takes like CJ Stroud. He has more trust in CJ Stroud than Lamar Jackson, which was just the dumbest thing ever. He was just trying to, go viral with that nonsense. And if he happened to get that correct, then he would have been like, oh, I'm a genius. But he would clearly prove to be a moron in that situation. But it's just unbelievable. The Chiefs' defense was elite, was legit. We do know that. I mean, I had pointed out flaws in the Chiefs' defense's stats that inflated some of these things, but make no mistake about it, their defense is really, really, really good. Patrick Mahomes did not have to go up against elite defense. They literally never had to punt the ball. What did they punted the ball like one time or whatever? I mean, they scored 5 straight possessions. I mean, it's just nonsense. And again, Josh Allen's stats in that fourth quarter are so misleading because of drop passes, because of the play calling, because of the Bills coaching staff and everything, and the play designs and all of that. So stop acting like this is all on Josh Allen, that Josh Allen was just sailing the ball over, wide receivers' heads over here, just throwing it at their ankles. And yes, Josh Allen can turn the ball over and fumble because the dude is running for his life. The ball is constantly in his hand, and they constantly ask him to make magic happen. When you constantly are doing that, when you have to constantly look, do I have to throw the ball down the field or run and sacrifice my body, you're going to get fumbles and turnovers. This is exactly why LeBron James is one of the all-time leaders in turnovers. Does anyone in their right mind believe that LeBron James is careless with the basketball? That LeBron James is not a good passer? It just so happens that, I forget if he already is the league leader or is going to be, all-time assists. But then he also is probably going to potentially be the all-time leader in turnovers. And yet, he's an amazing passer, considered to be better than Magic Johnson, better court vision, and yet he turns the ball over a ton because the ball is always in LeBron James's hands. That's why. And that's why what happens with Josh Allen. That's why those turnovers are always misleading. They ask him to throw the ball 9,000 times. They ask Patrick Mahomes to throw the ball 23 times. There's a difference. And I really hope that you guys can see that. What's asked on Josh is just so much heavier. And this is the example that I was holding off to, okay? Let's use LeBron James again. LeBron James went up against the Golden State Warriors when they had Durant, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and the one and only Steph Curry, okay? And he did not beat them, okay? Is it because LeBron James suddenly just was no longer great? Was he just no longer elite? Or was his team not good enough? Was it LeBron James's fault that J.R. Smith made that boneheaded mistake when I'm pretty sure LeBron put up 50 points that game and they lost? They almost won, but they ended up losing. I don't know if that was the year that they got swept or if that was the year that they lost 4-1 in the series. Is it just because LeBron James is just not good at basketball? I mean, besides anyone that's a hater of LeBron James, or if you guys just think, Jordan is better, that doesn't matter. That's fine. I understand that Jordan went 6-0 and all that, but LeBron James, is the fact that he's lost in some of these NBA finals, is it just because he's just not good enough? He just couldn't bring it. He just suddenly was not one of the best basketball players to ever play in the history of the NBA. Again, whether you think he's better than Jordan or not, it doesn't matter. You can't deny that he's one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the universe. And the times that he's lost, it's just because he just wasn't good enough. He just couldn't bring it. He choked. That's nonsense. That is nonsense. And that's what we're seeing with Josh Allen. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen is equivalent to LeBron James, what LeBron James is to basketball, but Josh Allen is a beast, and unfortunately, he's dying out in Buffalo. His team is leaving him out to dry. The organization is leaving him out to dry. The coaching staff, the owners, the GMs. I mean, what they're doing with Josh Allen is actually really sad, and it's a bummer. I mean, it really, really is. Do we really think, we saw the stats, I think, last video when they were comparing playoff wins, all the playoff wins that Patrick Mahomes have, and they showed Tom Brady has like 30-some wins, and, Peyton Manning only has like 15 or 16 or whatever playoff wins. And it's like, do we really think that Tom Brady is double than of Manning? That's how much better he is. He's twice as good as him. Right? That Manning is just a dog, or Manning is just not good enough. Manning just couldn't come up big in the big games. Does anyone actually believe that? Or was Tom Brady incredibly fortunate to be drafted by the New England Patriots, have some amazing catches and some amazing moments, interceptions, having Bill Belichick, the greatest defensive head coach ever? Like what are we talking about here? All of those things matter so much. And the ability to get so many first-round buys because they were in just a terrible division with the Miami Dolphins and the Bills and the Jets, teams that were just trash for decades. Those all really, really, really make a difference. Josh Allen has been given a terrible hand, and Patrick Mahomes has been given a full house. He just has. And you just can't deny that. I mean, Travis Kelce has proven to be one of the best. He's about to pass, for most receptions in playoff history. Not even just as a tight end, I think just in general, right? He's going to surpass Jerry Rice. So he's going down in books as the greatest tight end ever. And don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes has a part in that, undeniably. But it's just like, it matters. Having Andy Reid as your coach matters. Having a running back like Pacheco matters. I mean, like, who do the Bills have in that regard? Again, if they had these other dudes that could step up, then they wouldn't need Josh Allen to just be ripping the ball, tucking and run, and scramble. I mean, like, it's just unbelievable. It really, really is. And it's just insane.
Yeah, Brew, there's middle
Who
linebacker.
was more wounded between the two teams?
Brew, the Chiefs' middle linebacker went out on the first play of the game. Their safety went out on the second play of the game.
You gonna sit here and say the Chiefs were more injured than the Bills?
No, not at all. When I say wounded, I mean this was considered the weakest Chiefs team. They're in your building. This is your moment. You picked them, and Josh had the ball with a chance to come through and didn't. Like, I'm not killing him. He was not the problem.
That was the question.
No.
Was he the reason they lost the game?
Right, but my reaction is because it seems like you're putting none of the blame.
No, I'm putting some of it on him.
So
I'm just saying I don't think it's on him. That was the question. Is it on him?
It is his job in that spot to come through. When his defense gives him the ball with the forced fumble at the 1, it's like, oh my God, we have a chance here. And you're driving the field, and you have a 1st and 10 from the 25. It is your job to either pick up the first down so the Chiefs wouldn't have the ball at the end, because even if they make the field goal, I think they lose, or to put it in the end zone. And he couldn't. And again,
we think if they make the field goal, and I agree with you, I think Mahomes probably would have marched down at least for a field goal. But we don't know that for a fact.
Right, but Bruce,
he set his team up to tie the game. That's what you want the go ahead touchdown, but he still got him in position to keep playing on.
So if you think that he played a great game?
No, I think he played a very good game.
Okay, and I'm saying in that moment, the biggest game of his career, he needed to be great.
Yeah, that's fair. We reached a
He
compromise.
was better than their defense. How about that?
That's fine. Their defense is not why the Bills are the Bills. That's the point.
He scored 3 touchdowns.
Okay, then let's just.
No, it's fine. He played very good. They got a very good result. That's it. They're 3rd place. It's very good. Mahomes played great.
Third
the best
or 4th
passer rating of the whole.
It's unbelievable. I don't know what some of these people see that you just can't see that what's asked. I mean, if you just look at it, look what's asked of Josh Allen versus what was asked of Patrick Mahomes. Look what Josh Allen had to do just to keep the Bills in that game. I mean, like, some of Patrick Mahomes' throws were to just wide open receivers. The one pass to Travis Kelce, he was wide open. Not even the one that he missed. But I mean, think about how Travis Kelce was wide open multiple times. Tell me how many times Josh Allen had that opportunity. Who's Josh Allen's Travis Kelce? It doesn't exist. You have a couple of these other guys that are stepping up and starting to play well. They're not Travis Kelce. Are you telling me that the Bills tight ends are now going to have the all-time best Hall of Famer tight end in the history of the NFL? Is that what you're going to tell me? Because I don't think so. This is where I disagree with Brew. I think Josh Allen played an unbelievable game. I think he played great and amazing and elite. They're asking him to do so much, and you can only do so much. But what do you all think? Please let me know in the comments below. Please, someone help me in the comment section, because I think I'm going nuts with all these awful takes. I really do. Again, I think Patrick Mahomes played well. I'm not saying that he didn't play great. He played good. He did what he needed to do. But the Chiefs won that game. Patrick Mahomes didn't win that game. And the Bills lost that game. And Josh Allen did not lose that game. That is indisputable. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts. Please don't forget to subscribe. We are building an amazing community here, and I would truly love to see you part of it. And please don't forget to give my video a thumbs up. I'm already losing my mind. Give this video a thumbs up, as it really helps with the visibility and the algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and see you next time.